Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Gemini 20. Ooh, interesting. I'm just shuffling the cards, so we'll get back to that. But the Gemini June 2023 reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance by being able to learn a little bit more about what makes you, you. All right, so let's jump right in here, Gemini. I'm going to first be pulling out some cards here that are going to show what you're bringing to the month of June. Then we're going to be looking at what Spirit's asking you to step into by the end of the month. We'll be looking at any challenges or blocks or obstacles that may be coming in that you might be facing. And then we'll be looking at how to overcome that, as well as any blessings that are coming in for you this month. So Gemini, happy birthday. I have lots of Geminis in my life, and I hope they all have a wonderful birthday season. All right, so let's see. Gemini, what are you bringing to the month of June? What does Gemini need to know? Ooh, Queen of Wands. I love that. Okay, so this is fiery energy. This is the energy of someone who knows what they're passionate about. And they want to be seen for that as well. Now, what's coming in for you by the end of the month? There is going to be an opportunity to share your truth. With the Knight of Swords, this is fast-moving communication, but it's an individual who is coming in to share their perspective. And Gemini, you are an air sign. You're a mutable air sign, so you are adaptable, and you're used to kind of going with the flow or working with change. But this is also very much harnesses your energy here. This is the energy of movement. It's the energy, again, of communication. And it's the energy of really taking what's in your mental space and bringing that down to a place where you start to have movement from that. Now we have the Nine of Cups here as your underlying energy. I love that. It's one of gratitude. It's where you have a lot on an emotional level to be grateful for. Underneath that, we have the Four of Swords and the Five of Wands. So it looks like you've been kind of going through a little bit of a review of something in your life that has felt maybe chaotic, frustrating, where there's too many kind of cooks in the kitchen. And possibly, as I'm looking at this with your Queen of Wands underneath, maybe where your magic, where your passion has been lost for some time. And suddenly now, in this month, you're going to come into a place of really understanding and being grateful for what you're passionate for, what you uniquely bring, the magic that you truly bring to each situation. And then getting ready to go out there to start taking action from that place and also speaking from that place, which I love. Okay, so now we're going to jump in here and take a look at what are the potential obstacles or blocks, advice from Spirit, and then what are the blessings that want to come in as you work to overcome these obstacles and blocks. Let's go ahead here and take a look at what does Gemini need to know. Now I will pull some additional clarifiers here, so we'll dive a little deeper into some of the cards that come out on the table. All right, Gemini, let's take a look. What does Gemini need to know? Okay, so there's that Four of Swords again with the Fool underneath. Ooh, fresh start. Yeah, there's definitely, this is kind of the jumping off point, Gemini, for you. And it is going to cause you to sit in a point of reflection. Anytime we're asked to embrace the new, to literally go out as the fool, to almost leap off the edge of the cliff with full faith, there's going to be this point where we want to stop and hold ourselves back and really review why and what's happened before and what's going to happen in the future and all of that. But we also don't want to get stuck there for too long, because this can be kind of one of those points where we know we're being pushed into the new, but we're kind of clinging to the edge, not wanting to make that move. And I think this month is that month where it's like, okay, finally it's time to come out of this period of going within, taking that time to evaluate, taking the time to really understand why now is the time to take this new leap. Now we have the Queen of Cups and the Emperor. Beautiful energy here, very powerful. Queen of Cups is the energy. I like to see her as the energy of the unconditional, loving mother. She is someone who honors her emotions. She honors what she feels, and she is very willing and able to share that from a healthy place with others. But she not only nurtures others, she nurtures herself as well. She meets her needs first so that then she can meet the needs of others. And lastly, we have the Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Three of Cups. Ooh, lovely. You've got a lot of support coming in here. Bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. I love that. This is a really powerful energy. It shows that you're coming into this place of understanding your self-worth and your value in the physical. Also, what you appreciate in your physical experience and how to really create that and capitalize on that. Now, Queen of Cups is at the heart of your reading. This is really the energy that Spirit is asking you to embrace, to meditate on for this month, to really get in touch with this part of yourself, to get in touch with your emotions. And Gemini, you are a ascended air sign. So very similar to Aquarius, where Aquarius is that as well. There is this feeling sometimes of getting lost in this, in the deliberation, in the thoughts, in the, let me kind of think about it from every angle. The Queen of Cups, she feels her way through things. There's a high level of intuition. And with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, this is a very much, I'm feeling kind of like the temperance energy of really bringing together your passion and your fire and bringing that together with your feelings and really understanding that there's almost this that's what I'm seeing here and feeling for you guys, is there's like this intuitive point where it's almost like bursting through that overthinking bubble and you're like, I'm just going to do it because it feels right for me. And that's where you step into your true power, the Emperor. The Emperor is the masculine embodiment of when we step up and choose to take action for forward movement on behalf of ourselves, where we are initiating something. We are not simply just along for the ride. We are now in the driver's seat. When we think of the Chariot card in tarot, it is the Emperor who drives that chariot. And the blessing here with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups is that you have the opportunity to start to build on something with others. And with the King of Pentacles, it shows that you already have a pretty strong grasp of how to handle the physical aspect of your experience. But now you get to bring that into alignment with the Three of Pentacles with other people. And the Three of Cups is celebrating. It's celebrating your full cup with others. So there is this feeling too of maybe kind of coming out a little bit more of it's a time to play. It's time to embrace new collaborations. And it's time to go out there and really start to share what you've realized about yourself during this time of reflection, during the time before taking this leap into something new for yourself. When we get pushed to be the point of the Fool, that means that there's been a major closeout of a cycle within our lives where we've learned something about ourselves. We've seen a truth. That is what the Four of Swords also asks us to realize, is that in that meditation, in that, looking back at the previous chapter of our life, or looking back at where we are now versus where we were, we get to take that sword of truth. We get to leave 3 swords up on the wall here, where those are maybe the stories of the past, the stories of our wounded self. And we get to move forward with a fresh Ace of Swords, which is that clarity of self, clarity of what maybe you're no longer going to go back into, the Five of Wands, which is a little bit of that chaotic energy, maybe where you lost a bit of your fire, and the truth now of where you're going to regain that, but by also bringing your emotions into this as well, honoring that part of yourself, what you love, who you love, and how are you going to nurture that? And how are you also going to lead in your life from that place to start to collaborate and build something new, something that can be celebrated with others? Lovely reading here. Okay, so I'm going to pull out just a few clarifiers to get a little bit more information here. So first I'm going to clarify the Fool. We're going to see what's going on with this new start for you guys, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about the Fool? And this may be hard for some of you. We can we can go through this time where we are reflecting, where we are looking at, we have the World, and the Ace of Coins. Okay. But we can go through a time where we are reflecting. We've kind of gone within. Maybe we are getting in touch with our fire. We are realizing that a change needs to be made, but we're not quite ready to come out and share that with others. We're not quite ready to take action from that place. And this is the month where Spirit is really saying, you're ready. You're ready, and it's time, and it's okay to start to share something. It's okay to start to share and speak on and take action about this fresh start. Now we have the World and the Ace of Coins. So this is showing something has come to an end. That is the World. This is a major cycle kind of coming to a wrap up. And the Ace of Coins is the opportunity for something new, a seed to be planted to be a part of this collaboration, this growth here. Now, this could look like maybe you were offered a new job. Maybe you were offered a new housing situation. Maybe you were offered a gift of some type of money, and suddenly now you have the opportunity to jump into something you never thought you'd have the ability to do. And this is where this is kind of that deciding point of, do you take the new opportunity and do you start to build something new with others, or we always have the choice to not. So this is that kind of beautiful point of, you're being gifted with this ace. You have all of the strength or all of the tools needed with the King of Pentacles coming in here to grow this into something, but you also have your emotions, the love you have for not only yourself, the clarity now as to what is important to you, and you can use those emotions to now water this new seed and start to plant something new. I love this. Yeah, the Ace of Coins, again, it can be something like a new house. It can be moving to a new location. It can be, anything that allows you to start something new. Yes, for the Four of Swords, we have the Empress. I love that. I think for many of you, you've gotten back in touch with the feminine side of your experience, what you want to hold space for, what you want to give birth to. The Empress is a highly creative individual. And I think here you're melding both the feminine, healing a feminine, a receptive element within yourself, to then be able to step into the masculine on the other side to start to initiate movement forward. And we need to have both of those parts of ourselves balanced. We can't always be in the initiating, pushing masculine side to ourselves, and we can't always be only in the receptive, kind of nurturing, waiting side. And I think for many of you, you're embracing both, which is a very powerful combination. See if anything else wants to come in here. This could also be for some of you, depending on where you are in your life. This could be a review on either someone in your life who has recently had a child, or you. This could be you looking and reviewing and saying, I do want to. The Empress is a very fertile energy. It could be realizing that you either want to get pregnant, want to have a child, or you want to be around that energy. You want to give birth to something. I'm not going to take these in this minute. I can't. This could be even realizing that you want to, give birth to a creative project. Okay, so nothing else wants to come out for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull for the Queen of Cups. So let's go ahead and yes, we have King of Swords. I love that. It's Aquarian energy, but it's the energy of it's like, what you know. This is it's the truth of the matter. The King of Swords is someone who is going to state the truth very clearly, very fairly. And I think for some of you, there is this kind of truthful realization of, this is what I want to nurture. This is a time in my life where I want to be the nurturer, where I want to be the queen. I want to, the two queens coming in here, I want to feel that receptive energy. And yes, so for some of you, the truth is you do want to have a child. For some of you, this is that realization. For others of you, this is the truth of wanting to maybe be around other people. This could be if you're, let's say, a grandparent, you want to be closer to your own grandchildren. Or this could be where if this is, let's say, the Ace of Coins is like a house move or a new job move, this is the realization of, I want to nurture something new. I'm ready to focus. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. She focuses her energy on taking the seed, and she has that long-term view for the future that comes in here with the Three of Pentacles. And realizing that's you. Now, see, you have all three queens here. You have one queen that's missing, and I'm curious to see if she's going to come out. We don't have the Queen of Swords. So we have the Queen of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. And this is very, very creative, very highly nurturing energy. But it's also, I think, for many of you, the realization that either you want to have children in your life, you want to be around children, or you're ready to nurture something like a child, meaning you have that long-term vision of, you know what, I'm going to stick with this for the long haul. I'm going to commit to this new start, and I'm ready to go step by step. I'm ready to pour all of my emotions. I'm ready to put in my physical effort, and I'm going to bring my passion as well. Now, for the Emperor, we have, I love it, the Moon and the Star. And it's very interesting because when you think about it, the star is, could be a sun. And so it's almost like you have like the sun at night at the same time as the moon. So you have almost this like double reflective lighting up of the darkness for yourself within. With a star, this is your guiding light, that deep dream, that principle, the thing that kind of keeps drawing you forward. And the moon is that intuitive calling, that deep kind of pool of the tides feeling of wanting to go towards something. Now, the moon can also be kind of, it can be a little scary because it does represent also what's unknown, that things are kind of shadowy and unclear. But the star is there guiding you through that night. So there's something here about really trusting your intuition, really allowing that star within yourself to be that guiding principle. If it is something like you have always wanted to, I don't know, have a specific job, you see yourself growing in a specific way, but you're not quite sure. Well, this is that time to say, I'm going to commit to that. This is wanting to have a family, wanting to have a child. This is saying, step into your power and understand that feeling, that call, that you're being guided. This is really that feeling of being guided with the star and the moon. And to trust that, to stand in your power and to initiate from that place. There's going to be a lot of intuitive deep knowing. I feel like you're going to get a lot of deep nudges. Gemini, almost like, keep going, take the chance, say yes, that kind of thing. So we have the Eight of Swords there for the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. For some of you, you felt trapped for a while, stuck. And as you can see, these are swords. So these are your thoughts. And I think maybe for some of you didn't quite know what you wanted to build, what you wanted to collaborate, who you wanted to collaborate with. You might have even felt stuck from really understanding how you wanted to kind of share yourself with others, who you wanted to be a part of this Three of Cups for yourself. And it's time to, maybe for some of you too, you felt like you've had to hide your truth. Yeah, you felt stuck from really being able to continue to build something. And this could be maybe where some of you have, maybe you really did want to level up. Maybe in the home life, you're like, I want to, I really want to change my living environment. And maybe you were working towards that at one point, the Eight of Pentacles. This is kind of that dedicated, put your head down, step by step, start to perfect something. But at a certain point, you got stuck. You started to overthink it, or it got to something in your life changed and something came in and was chaotic. And you didn't know. You didn't know whether you should continue to build on that. You didn't know whether you should maybe pick up and go someplace else. And I think for many of you now, there's this clarity of having to make a change to continue to grow something that you've already perfected, meaning there's a skill set that you have, whether this is a skill set in a work environment, whether this is a skill set in the home. Maybe you have a skill set of how to save money, or a skill set as to how, whatever it is for you that feel like you've perfected on a tangible level for yourself, something that you could bring to a new job, something that you could bring to a new situation, to move someplace else, to a new relationship even. And suddenly now there's this realization this month of where you can kind of take that skill set and continue to work on it, but seeing a new way with with these 2 3s here. This is that opportunity to, again, collaborate with others, to rely on others even, and to really realize that, yes, with your dedicated effort and commitment towards the new, towards really taking this new opportunity and putting your time and energy towards it, you have the opportunity to really start to grow the new. But you have to speak your truth. You have to speak on what you want to change, and you have to speak. This can even be helping initiate the change. Saying, okay, the time is now. The time, honey, we're gonna move. And we're gonna put the effort towards that, but I'm feeling it's time. I'm called to move. It's living here is just too crazy. It's time to go. It could be one of those things. No joke, at the bottom of this deck is also the King of Coins, also the King of Pentacles. So yes, have faith that you've mastered how to work with the physical plane. That is really what's coming through here. Lots of ability to create. And again, we're also taking in with the Queen of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles, you're balancing masculine and feminine energy. The receptive, patient, I'm going to put my time and energy with I understand my value, and I'm going to start to take opportunities to initiate new things from that place. Both of those, holding space while also creating movement, is a very powerful, it almost creates like a vortex, right? So really keep that in mind for this month. Okay. This is a time to kind of jump into the whirlpool and to see where it's going to help you land. So I'm going to pull a few cards now to get advice from Spirit. So let's see what's the energy that Gemini can be expecting for the month of June. Okay, oh, I love it. Okay, so we have 2. We have Woman Holding a Heart, which is pretty much the Queen of Cups. And then we have Community, which is pretty much, as you can see here, 3 women. This also brings in the energy of the 3 of Cups. So there is this with 44 and 7. Beautiful energy, 44, and angelic number. It's also a number of divine empowerment. It's also the number of building firm foundations from an empowered place. And this is saying you're building a new firm foundation from a place that honors your heart, that honors that emotional core of what you need to enjoy out of life. And community with number 7 is sharing in that with a sense of connection to spirit at the same time. For some of you, you may actually this month meet kind of like a new divine community, a kind of destined community that's going to really, I think, help you in this new change. Again, that could be this collaboration that might actually even help you to see how you can get unstuck from a period where you felt stuck, where you really weren't able to kind of get past this 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles to then the 10 of Pentacles. And this is saying open your heart, come from that kind of vulnerable place, speak your truth, and it's going to be, I think you're going to be amazed at what comes towards you, the community that is really ready to help you build on this next cycle and build on a cycle that's really going to be honoring a deep dream of yours. Very, very beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card here, and then I'll pull a final card to get a final overarching message for you guys. Beautiful reading for the month. Okay. Let's see, anything else? Ooh, okay, so you have the Age of Light. It says you've been training for this for lifetimes. I love that because there's a sense here of divine timing. There's a sense of, with the King of Pentacles, you've mastered something. You are ready. It's like with the Eight of Pentacles coming in, you were training, you were perfecting, you were working towards something. And now it's like, okay, you've done it. It's time. Here's the new opportunity. Now go. And it's, this for me would be like that pat on the back. It's okay to take that leap now. All right. I'm actually going to pull 2 more cards. I'm going to pull a Power of Surrender card because I love these cards. To me, they are some of the most helpful messages. So we'll pull 1 Power of Surrender card here for you guys before we get our final message. It says, surrender your addictions. It says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Now, sometimes this card can be triggering because you're like, oh my God, I don't drink or use drugs, but there can be this element with surrender your addictions to where the addiction was maybe overworking. Maybe you were always focused on head down, work. And suddenly now you're being asked to kind of take your head up and realize maybe there's a new change coming into your life where you don't have to work like that. Maybe now it's just a time of nurturing for you. Maybe you've retired. Maybe you have moved someplace else. And, there are ways to, and I always think about this with Gemini because I have a lot of Gemini placements myself, and there can always be this element of overthinking with Geminis and Libras. And that can be actually an addiction where you're overthinking, overanalyzing, constantly kind of comparing different sides or comparing yourself to this person, and that can be an addiction as well. And I keep that in mind this month, that as you're kind of taking a look at maybe what's been kind of causing you to cling to the edge of the cliff, instead of just saying everything's aligned in my benefit, to really honor what I want deep within myself, the community that's there to support me. What's been holding me back? Is it overworking? Is it just fear? Is it anxiety? Is it overthinking? Or is it something like a substance abuse issue, or maybe even clinging to a way of being? We can associate ourselves with where we live, what we do for a work, that kind of thing. And this might be where you realize, okay, I can let that go. I don't have to get up and, train for a marathon every day. That was part of my life, 15 years ago, but it's not today. So I don't have to push myself on the physical level so much anymore. There's something that's kind of coming through more there. So kind of keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to pull a final card and I'll read the short description from it just to get an additional message. And then we'll let you go into your wonderful month of June. That's, again, very supportive here. Okay, so let's see. What do all my Geminis need to know? Oh, I love it. The heart transmission, number 37, breaks down to the number 10, further breaking down to the 1. So endings and beginnings in that number. The heart, there's so much coming through with the Queen of Cups being at the heart of your reading that is honoring your heart, that is honoring what you love, that is honoring also how you love, how you express your love to others. And so there really is this focus on just getting to that place of being guided by what you love. And for some of you, if this is learning that you are pregnant, congratulations. Get ready for, the beautiful part of that. I can tell you from personal experience, it has been one of the best personal experiences of my life becoming a mother. Okay, so the heart transmission, it says your heart is capable not only of giving and receiving love, but of connecting you to a great network of beings that resonate in the highest frequencies of divine love. Through your heart, you can receive information and guidance from networks of light that fill our universe. As you learn to open your heart to receiving these transmissions, Your ability to work with group consciousness in a loving way increases. You shall affect humanity in a loving way, influencing the collective rather than allowing the lower frequencies of the collective to overwhelm you. And I do like that because there's this sense of community coming so strongly with you. So there may be this opportunity with what you're jumping into now to really build connections that you're going to be very supportive of and for, meaning that maybe you're going to see a part of yourself, that loving, nurturing part of yourself, find its home, find its expression. And that's beautiful. I'm going to read just the first paragraph here as well. It says, working with group energy is a leap on the spiritual path with risk, but also great reward in terms of empowerment to manifest your life mission. The risk with group energy is mitigated when you approach it from the heart rather than the head. The mind can argue one point of view and then immediately and convincingly argue its opposite. The heart, however, either feels something resonates or it doesn't, whether or not there's a logical explanation for it. The mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power, but this will instantly trigger intuitive warning bells in your heart for those with genuine power do not need to convince you of it. Now, I like this because even though, it's speaking very much to the spiritual world here, where it says the mind can be seduced by those who tell you they have great spiritual power, you can take that and actually change that a little bit just into your everyday experience. There are those who may tell you that they are more powerful than you, or that they know something that, you don't know, or that you're not seeing. But with the Emperor coming in the heart or with the star and the moon, this is saying it's time to trust your guidance. It's time to trust what your heart yearns for, and to really allow that, again, to lead the way forward. And if, there's always going to be someone who seems to know more than you. But this is really a time of stepping into leadership for you from the place of what you love and how you can give. There really is this element here too of this new cycle that's opening up for you, is really being able to find a home for the importance that you bring from how you choose to nurture. And let me see if I can say this in a way that can make sense here. That whether this is maybe starting a new family and you find that you have the gift of nurturing an individual into being a very healthy and loving individual who's going to go out into life as the adult that you're helping raise, and they will be a benefit to society. Or you're making a home move to a new location and you realize that the love that you can provide to the people in your community, or the family members you're moving closer to, or just the experience that you're going to be kind of thrown into with the move, is that somehow it's going to unlock something that you can then, just in being you and giving from the place of what you have to give, will be of great service and benefit, and will actually connect you to a community. So, keep in mind that whatever you're being called into, it's really going to unlock, I think, a part of yourself that has been a little hidden behind the chaos for quite some time. And now you're going to get into a very, this is building. With the 2 King of Pentacles here, this is a time of building something new and something that is really going to honor your heart. Beautiful reading, Gemini. I wish you all a wonderful month of June. If you'd like to book a personal reading just to learn more about what's going on with yourself, or to illuminate your own spiritual importance a little bit further, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website. Otherwise, I will see you all next month, Gemini. Bye.